Well, Nick, thanks for joining us. After the first 7 rounds, you were 1 win, a draw, and the whole football world was wondering what's wrong with the Saints. So, in your opinion, what were some of the key factors with your slow start to the season?
Well, I think it's probably a combination of things, and really about a month ago, I suppose we had a bit of a watershed moment. We came together as a whole football club, the entire football department, and spoke about some of the issues that might have been resulting in the way we were playing, and really just lay a lot of stuff on the table, a lot of feelings, obviously coming off the back of 2 seasons where we were pretty successful without achieving the ultimate prize, and I think that was something that was weighing pretty heavily on the playing group, and spoke about a few of the distractions, a number of factors, and a move to Seaford, whether that was having an impact, and just realigned and found ourselves a new purpose.
You're as driven a man as I've just about seen in my time in football, and the way you play the game, your work rate. How much does it burn for you, that still knowing that maybe with this group of players that window may have shut for St Kilda in terms of winning a flag?
I'm not one that really subscribes to that premiership window or the clock or anything like that. So I think our group's still got as good a chance as anyone. Clearly this year we've got a lot of work to do, but you look at the real core of that group, and it's sort of 25 to 28 years of age. So the fire's still burning, and the drive and the hunger's still there.
You spoke of the watershed meeting that you had, and you spoke of all the issues. Obviously the off-season was one full of issues, for yourself personally and also the group. Can you put that down to any of your own form issues or the teams in regards to how much of an effect it did have?
Yeah, one thing we've always spoken about at the football club is any time there's been a distraction, no matter what it's been, we use that as a trigger to focus on preparation. I think that's something that's stood us in really good stead, and to be honest, it's something that became pretty boring for us, talking about that and dealing with that, so we moved on pretty quickly from all that sort of stuff.
Does it hurt you as the skipper that people were questioning the culture of St Kilda as a football club?
Yeah, it does, but unless they've been inside it and they've lived it and they experience what the playing group and the club stands for every day, well then their opinions, they don't really matter. Continually
double and triple teamed, and I do feel for you as a player. How much has the changing of the press and that type of thing affected your own game?
It was nice of us forwards to stick together, mate. Richo says the same thing whenever I catch up with him, but yeah, look, the style of football that's being played has definitely changed. You don't really find yourself as a forward in one-on-one situations anymore, so it's about, your team moving the ball well, and yourself as a forward, probably having to work that bit harder to find yourself in situations where you're going to be a better chance of winning the ball. There's a lot more contested possessions, so those easy little lead-up goals that perhaps you'd get a couple seasons ago that sort of dried up a little bit from my perspective. So it's just about continuing to adapt and evolve with the game.
Your body work, have you looked at sometimes opponents looking to take your run and nudge you under the football? Is that something you're looking to work at, just to add that extra dimension to your game?
That's something that I think people have always been a little bit critical of, and rightfully so. Can be almost too focused on the ball at times and unaware of what's around me, and it doesn't take much at times for players to sort of knock me off my path towards the ball. So just tinkering with a few of those things and working on them on the track, I think will, in this day and age and the way footy's played, give me a much better chance more often.
Obviously, Nick, your goal kicking is spoken about a lot. Do you think it's mental, technical, or that the fatigue you're often under when kicking for goal?
I think it's a combination, and it's something that I'm constantly working on. I'm aware it's a weakness in my game, and certainly I practice as hard as anyone to try and rectify it.
Good luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers.